Right, no messing about today because it's a pretty serious topic on who you should be investing with for the year. I'm going to keep the video lean, focusing on the platforms that I think are the best, and I'm going to split the video into two broad sections. One for people who just want to invest in index funds and ETFs, and then the other section is for people who want index funds and ETFs maybe, but also the ability to buy individual shares. The new financial year starts on the 6th of April, which means you have until the 5th to pay into your current ISA, and you can open a new one with a new provider and a fresh 20k allowance, which kicks in on the 6th. If you decide to use a new provider this year, you don't need to move your old ISA with you. You can leave it where it is. You can have multiple ISAs of the same type. You just can't pay into more than one of the same type within the same financial year. So yeah, if you're setting up a new ISA, there isn't any need to move everything across if you don't want to. Below are links to every platform I mentioned in this video. Some of them are affiliate links and some are not. And some of them have like sign-up bonuses for new customers. I've linked any details about those incentives below. The main thing to remember is your capital is at risk with any of these apps. And I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you financial advice of any sort. This is me just giving my opinion on what I think are the best investing platforms. But for anyone who does use one of my affiliate links, I just want to say thank you. Both me and Cobweb do. Isn't that right, Cobweb? You probably heard him sneezing off camera now. Yeah, so thank you for using the affiliate link. It's greatly appreciated. Yeah, I just use my cat to peddle affiliate links. It appears nothing is off limits anymore, Damien, you absolute shill. Right, I'm covered in cat hair now. Let's go. Index funds and ETFs only. If you want a simple life and you're done picking individual stocks after the market has slapped you around harder than Chris Rock after a Jada Pinkett joke. Too easy. Well, platforms that offer passive set it and forget it style investing are the place to be. And with these platforms, really it's all about the choice of ETFs and index funds that you get and the fees. When it comes to this, in my opinion, there are two main options that are attractive here. We have the juggernaut that is Vanguard, and then we have the new kid on the block, InvestEngine. And out of the two on face value, InvestEngine probably looks like the more compelling offering. Now there are others that could be included in here, but these two really are the front runners in my opinion. As a comparison between these two, Vanguard is an excellent platform. It's cheap and easy to use, and the lack of an app to many is a benefit as it helps with the set it and forget it style. But there are some drawbacks. Firstly, they don't offer any other funds that aren't their own. Now that's understandable, but they don't even offer the full range of their own funds. It's possible to buy certain Vanguard funds on their competitors' platforms that you can't even buy on the Vanguard UK website itself. It's like finding out there's different flavour McFlurries at KFC that you can't get at McDonald's. Now where InvestEngine becomes attractive is first of all, it is cheaper. It's the only stocks and shares ISA in the country at the minute that I could find that the usage of that platform is completely free. So they do have a managed service where if you use it and they manage your money for you, they will charge you 0.25%. But if you don't do that and you just use the do-it-yourself side of the platform, you pay no platform fee at all. I mean, that is pretty special. As a comparison, Vanguard charge you 0.15% for their platform fee, which is pretty reasonable. Now, it is worth pointing out that any investments you buy on InvestEngine have their annual management fees as part of the fund, which are built into the fund itself. But this is the exact same as Vanguard or any other ETF or index fund you buy on any other platform. As a point of comparison, let's say you open an account with InvestEngine and Vanguard at the exact same time, and you contribute the exact same amount into the exact same fund. Let's call it $150 a month and say you achieve an average rate of return of 9% for 30 years. Same fund, same return, same timescale. Vanguard will cost you around £7,300 more over that time period. I have said in the past that it'd be great if Vanguard dropped their platform fee, and right here in front of us is a stark reminder of the impact that that would have on investors. And we know it's possible for them to reduce fees, as we covered in the last video, where we looked at the issues they're having as a result of dropping fees in America. InvestEngine also has more funds than Vanguard UK. They have over 500 ETFs to choose from and are continually adding to this. Vanguard has around 79. Now there is an argument here of too much choice is a bad thing, but having a wider selection of funds from different providers means you get access to, in some cases, cheaper options. This is starting to sound a bit like a Vanguard bashing, isn't it? But I don't want it to come across like that. I just wanted to state the facts. InvestEngine is cheaper, that is a fact, and InvestEngine have more funds to choose from. Again, that is a fact. There are some benefits to the Vanguard service though. First of all, there's the ability to buy some of their blended products like the life strategy funds, which are very popular. They also have index and ETFs, whereas InvestEngine are just ETFs. Vanguard also have a stellar reputation here in the UK and are considered a stable place to stick your funds, and that peace of mind has value. But to counter this, InvestEngine is regulated and authorised by the Financial Conduct Authority, which means they're covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme insurance of £85,000. And let's say hypothetically you bought Vanguard's funds through InvestEngine. It's Vanguard who are looking after the money anyway, because the money goes into their funds. InvestEngine have a lovely user interface with some cool features like auto rebalancing and auto invest, but Vanguard have also also started to update theirs by the looks of it. Both score highly on Trustpilot with InvestEngine of 4.6 and Vanguard of 4.2. Vanguard have significantly more reviews than InvestEngine, which explains the lower score. InvestEngine are a relatively new company. Look, I love Vanguard. I would describe myself as a boglehead at heart. I have more videos on Vanguard UK than any other topic, and I've discussed their service with no agenda, no affiliate link or payment whatsoever. Goddamn cobweb, I can feel your hair all over my face. Right, I could have discussed a whole number of different brokers on this platform and been paid handsomely for it. I've got the emails within my inbox. But I chose to speak about Vanguard at length because I think it's an excellent service with excellent products and that their moral compass here in the UK is aligned with my own. But I have no duty to Vanguard. I don't owe them anything. They don't owe me anything. The only people I owe anything to is you, my audience. My duty of care to you is to be honest and balanced and present the facts as I see them and give you my honest and truthful opinion. So then you can use that to make your own informed decision, go away and do your own research. When it comes to this comparison, the reality of the situation is I can buy the exact same investments I currently buy on Vanguard, the exact same funds for cheaper with InvestEngine. Now Vanguard capped their platform fee at £375 a year on accounts with more than 250k invested. But even still, that is £375 more expensive than InvestEngine for the same thing. Both are great services, but InvestEngine is a fully authorised and regulated broker doing the exact same thing for cheaper currently in the UK. I've linked both down in the description for you so you can check them out. InvestEngine are also offering a sign-up bonus to new customers of £25 when you deposit £100 in the platform. And they also have another additional bonus if you action an ISA transfer from another provider before the 5th of April. The amount you get increases depending on how much you send over, but it's up to 500 quid. Trading 212 would have been highly ranked in this category as they are another incredibly cheap ISA provider with no platform fee and only a currency conversion fee on foreign transactions, which makes them insanely cheap. But their ISA is closed to new customers and still won't be open in time for the new financial year. So I'm not going to discuss them as part of the category, even though they're a great option, because to many of you it's simply not an option. Hargreaves Lansdown are also worth a mention here, because while they have a platform fee of 0.45%, that 0.45% is capped at £45 a year if you're buying ETFs. Now they do have a reinvestment fee of £1.50 a month, but if you keep it lean and don't hold too many ETFs on a larger portfolio, it might actually be a cost-effective way for you to hold them. But they do also take a £1 minimum on any income that's reinvested. So if you get a £10 dividend, that is going to be a big chunk. Right, next up is the ability to hold individual companies. Top of the list would have been Trading 212, but they're closed to new users. If you're wondering why I look a little bit different, it's because, well, I do. I had this whole red eye sneezing fit in the middle of the video because I'm allergic to cobweb. It reminds me of the Verve song, love is noise, love is pain. Oh, cobweb. It just wasn't pretty, so I'm re-recording this section because no one needs to see that. So as I said, 212 would have been my platform of choice, but I know that's not very useful to most of you. Now, when it came to looking around at the market and researching other options, I was really surprised at how bad the choice is here in the UK, say compared to America, where investing is actually quite cheap. Really, the theme here in the UK, in my opinion, is that it's often quite expensive. I just hope that Lightyear pulls through with their roadmap to deliver a UK ISA by the end of the year, as that does look like a great cheap service for investors. That also rules out platforms like eToro and Stake who don't offer ISAs. I'm going to brush over some of the other providers now that I think are just too expensive to consider in my opinion. Hargreaves Lansdown are disgustingly expensive at times with ridiculous dealing fees and currency conversion fees of above 1%. Unless you're making some pretty chunky trades, their dealing fees just completely wipe you out. It always surprises me when I see UK-based finance creators peddling HL as a great place for beginner investors to buy individual shares. I just don't get it. Maybe it's because they offer a good affiliate scheme. I don't know. I've seen them described in the media as reassuringly expensive. Interactive Brokers is an option and they have recently launched an ISA. And let's say you want to buy American companies and their fee structure is attractive. So you pay £3 each month for the ISA, but then the first £3 worth of transactions fees that you incur while dealing are offset against this. So if you buy American shares, for example, the cost there is 0.35%, and then they have a currency conversion fee, which is really low, of 0.03%. For those buying American stocks inside of an ISA, I think this could be the cheapest place to do it. I say I think because both the platform and the fee structure are pretty opaque. This is a platform advertised at serious traders and isn't for the faint-hearted. They also have different fee structures for every region, so yes, America might be cheap, but the UK, it says here, looks to be £3 a deal. So that could rack up. Other services like AJ Bell are expensive on the share dealing side. So that, in my opinion, leaves us with one option, a platform that's easy to use and the fees are, in the main, reasonable, and that would be Freetrade. I'm going to pass you back to Damien in the other studio, who's going to talk you through Freetrade now. Check out his pink eye, Damien, what have you got to say about Freetrade? The ISA is a fixed £3 a month, which is good when you have a large amount of funds with them, but not so good when you're just starting out. For example, it's cheaper to buy Vanguard's funds on Freetrade when you have more than 24k invested with them, because at that point, the £3 a month is cheaper than the 0.15% platform fee from Vanguard. The key bit though with Freetrade is you have that £3, and then you also have to pay conversion fees on any investments that you buy that aren't listed in pounds, which most of us are going to do. If you buy anything in America, for example, you're going to pay a conversion fee. And 0.45% at the minute is pretty high in the marketplace. As well as this, Freetrade have certain stocks behind a paywall which cost £9 a month to take down. So you may find that companies you want to buy are restricted by this. Now, a lot of people got into a flap around the fact that Freetrade has come out and said that they will be lending out shares to people. I just wanted to clarify that they can't do that with anything you hold inside of a stocks and shares ISA. The selection for cheap stocks and shares ISAs in the UK at the minute is poor. Roll on 212 reopening and Lightyear getting their ISA up and running, so they can just shake things up a bit in terms of fees. Freetrade, in my honest opinion, is currently the easiest to use and reasonably priced option that is available. But regardless of this, the majority of investors should steer clear of buying individual companies anyway. Data shows that betting on the market long term is a much better strategy than trying to beat the market. There's literally a handful of investors throughout the history of the human race that have been able to do it consistently for a long period of time. For that reason, I'm saying InvestEngine has the most compelling offering this year. It is literally the cheapest way to invest in funds I have ever seen. If I've not covered your platform today, it's nothing personal. There is just so many now in the UK that the video will be unmanageable if I looked at them all. All of the brokers I've discussed today are authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority here in the UK, and thus you should feel reassured that they have access to the Financial Services Compensation Scheme, and your money is covered up to the level of £85,000 when you invest with them. But what are the mechanics of that? What does that actually mean if one was to go bust? I know as an investor now, seeing all these new brokers pop up, my concern is that one of these brokers at some point will surely go bust. That's why you need to watch this video next, where I discuss that exact topic and look at what that looks like for investors. Thanks for your time. I'm now going to go lint roller my face to get all this cobweb hair. There's one up my nose.